Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. We just finished up checking out an alternative rock track. We're going to be moving into a special selection, which is where one of you tell me exactly what I need to be checking out. Today's selection comes from Jonathan. Tom Waits, Hell Broke Luce, Luce. Tom Waits has had a near 50-year career with two very distinct periods, so it was near impossible to pick a single introductory track, but this one gives a good idea of his originality. Waits said he got the idea from the line scrawled in an Alcatraz prison cell, but others have said it's probably about Jeff Luce, an Iraqi war vet who committed suicide in '04. It's a powerful song either way. I also went hard for Tom Waits on New Old Week because of how radically he evolved. If you want to get an idea of that, the first minute of High Hope That I Don't Fall in Love with You gives a good comparison. Alright, so we're going to go into this. The last time we checked out Tom Waits was, I think the song was called Going Out West. But it was sort of like a bluesy, industrial western. It was an interesting combination of ideas. And since this is, I guess, going to be a different take on Tom Waits, I mean, he did have a 50-year career, as Jonathan stated. I'm interested to see what he's going to be doing here. So let's dive into this. Tom Waits, Hell Broke Luce. Alright, so we're in 4/4 with a 3-3-2 idea.
Home but I left. I had a good home but I left. Right, left. That big fucking bomb made me deaf. A Humvee mechanic put his Kevlar on wrong. I guarantee you'll meet up at the suicide bomb. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose.
Yeah, really cool production with the sound staging and atmosphere building.
$100 just for filling in the hole. Listen to the general every goddamn word. How many ways can you polish up a turd? And left, right, right, hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, is it that the only ones responsible for making this mess? Got the sorry asses able to a goddamn desk and hell broke loose. Hell broke loose.
Yeah, changing up the emphasized beat.
What did you do before the war? I was a chef. And what was your name? It was Jeff. I lost my buddy and I wept. I come down from the meth, so I slept. I had a good home, but I left. Pants did the wind for a joke. I pranced right in with the dope. Glanced at her shin, she said nope. Left, right, left. Nimrod, bodfish, have you any wool? Get me another body bag, the body bag's full. And my face was scorched. I miss my home, I miss my porch. Left, right, left. Can I go home in March? My stance was a chin full of soap. That rancid dinner with the Pope. And left, right, left. Cali Prosciutto got his thumbs blown off. Sergio's developing a real bad cough. And hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Boom went his heavyweight and boom went Bowery. What the hell was it that the president said? Give them all a beautiful parade instead. And left, right, left. Well, I was over
I was not kidding about that being a heavy song. Um, a lot of really interesting things going on. And once again, it's a combination of a lot of ideas that I don't think I would expect to come together, but sound like they should have been together this entire time. Um, there's almost a spoken word element to the lyrics, which I'm going to get into, but I think it's a perfect combination for the sounds and environments that they're aiming to replicate, to emulate with the music. Um, and then a lot of the song is rhythmic based. There's very little pitched instrumentation going on. And when it does, it is these loud walls of electric guitar, distorted electric guitar chords, creating this harsh abrasiveness against the pure rhythmic element of the track. And it all comes together to create a very specific soundscape. The song is, from what I could perceive from the lyrics, about war veterans returning home and the state that they are when they return home. Mostly, it seems to be about their physical state. It doesn't really seem to touch on too much about their mental or emotional states. Um, it mentions that one person comes home, they left their arm and uh, their sleeve on the battlefield. Another person, or maybe it could have been all the same person, I suppose. But there's another allusion to being deaf when they return home, and it's definitely has a lot of weight in the vocals from that. But then we have this element in the music, this very rhythmic march to it. It's a very militaristic sound, and the addition of the wartime sound effects, machine gun sounds, and bombs going off. And then, of course, the loud, abrasive wall of guitar sound that comes in every once in a while. It is an assault, definitely sonically creating this idea of the battlefield, and about people marching into it. And it is just it's a pretty heavy topic, and like I said, I think the atmosphere ties into it extremely well. Did a fantastic job at bringing that sort of sound and feeling and emotion and atmosphere to the music. I also want to bring up some of the aspects of the lyrics. There's a constant return to the left, right, left lyrics. And originally, it was created with it was created in time, left, right, left, all of them downbeats. And of course, that brings to mind ideas of marching. At least to me, it also brings into mind specifically marching, military marching. Um, and yeah, but here's the other interesting thing is that his vocal style. Now, this is sort of close to the vocal style he used on Going Out West. Maybe that's just his vocals. I don't know if he has anything that would be more melodic. I remember the one for Going Out West also being sort of spoken word in a sense. But it works so well here because, along with the highly rhythmic elements that the majority of the song is created on, the vocals, the way that they're layered, and the way that there's occasionally other voices along with them, it reminds me so much of what would be like a chain gang type of singing with highly rhythmic stuff because there's no instrumentation going on, and then just this gritty sort of vocal style. It's not necessarily singing; it's sort of spoken word, and then not so much in the vein of traditional structure. There is no verse chorus idea here. It's just sort of a series of lines, which also fits in with militaristic. I don't know what they're called. The things that they say while they're marching. You usually have your instructor who shouts the things, I don't know what I've been told, and everybody else comes in as well and says it back. It has that same type of feeling, this group mentality idea is so much into the structure of the song. It is yeah, it's kind of wild how many different elements from this militaristic point of view, rhythmic elements or concepts that they actually utilize are shown and brought into the song to fully form the environment that it creates, so that the listener is fully sucked into the mindset that Tom wants them to be in. The other interesting thing that really stood out to me was the rhythmic changes, and I'm really interested in what they might mean thematically, or if it was just something that Tom threw in because he thought it sounded cool. But I found it interesting just because it was constantly changing up my expectations for this section. But there are several sections where he would either say left, right, left, or hell broke loose. I think that's what the song's called. Yeah. And he would delay some of these. So it might be left, right, left, and put that little space there. Sometimes he'd delay the middle. You get left, right, left. And it's variations on this all throughout. I think there was one point where he even put the large gap between both the first and second and the second and third syllables, and just really pushed, like I said, my expectations for this section. As anytime it came up, when I would hear hell or left, I had no idea, what was going to come next. Ooh, yeah. I have to expect anything because I don't know what could come up. And the song is about war and the physical atrocities of war, about people coming back to their homes. The song seems to be about coming back home. Everybody's carrying their home with them in the music video. And you never know, one, what war is like. You can't predict what the next moment's going to be like. So there's that mental strain there. But then also, you never know what people are going to come back like. The expectation of the last time you saw them is not going to be the same as when you see them now a few years later after they've seen war. Man, I wonder if that was intentional or not, because that's pretty cool. I might be reaching, grasping straws a bit on that one, but I mean, I kind of hope that's what was going on there, because that would be pretty cool. Um, I think that's about it. I mean, it's a one note song. It does one thing exceptionally well for its entire runtime. The music video, I think, was very well done, and does a fantastic job of just adding on to it. I mentioned that the music does a fantastic job of bringing the listener into the space, the mental space that Tom wants. The music video does as well. I think it all works together fantastically as a multimedia uh, uh, work of art. And yeah, not necessarily something I want to return to, though. It is, like I mentioned, it's a heavy track. It talks about some heavy subjects. I'm glad I've experienced it, but not something I'm going to want to come back to. But it does show an interesting side of Tom Waits because, like I said, last time was kind of bluesy western. This one still has that vibe. I still kind of feel like this is an old timey kind of. Uh, it reminds me of western. Not western as in globally, like Europe and America, but Western America, old timey Western American kind of music. Um, while simultaneously evoking auditory imagery of modern day militaristic ideas. It is it's just this weird combination of things. Again, mixed in with the spoken word idea that kind of reminds me of like Chain Gang kind of singing to pass the time while they were, forced to do the work they were. It is just so far. Tom Waits does one thing and everything at the same time. I'm interested to see what else happens as I explore more of Tom Waits' music. Those are my thoughts on Tom Waits' Hell Broke Loose. This is where you guys come in. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this one. If there was anything that stuck out to you that maybe I didn't touch on. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if you have any, certainly any interviews with Tom about this song. I'm very interested in some of the authorial intention here. I don't put a lot of weight on authorial intent, but I am always interested in what people were thinking when they created art. And this is definitely a song that has my interest peaked, especially about that unexpectedness in the left, right, left section. If I'm right there, or if I'm reading into it. All right, when you're done posting comments, head up to the description box. In there is a link for Linktree. It'll take you to this menu right here. Has everything related to the channel in it. Discord, Patreon, merch, Twitter, email, all sorts of stuff. Go ahead and check it out. If you have your own special selection that you want me to check out, that's the way to do it in there, as well as the submission boxes there. Above that, if you could, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I'd greatly appreciate all three of those. All right, that wraps it up for today. Be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. UTC as usual. We'll be checking out another alternative rock track and a special selection as we usually do. All right, until next time, remember to be critical but not cynical of the music you listen to, and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.